Iran delivers a shocking blow to the United States by announcing the construction of a bold new nuclear facility right amid escalating fears of all-out war in the volatile Middle East region. Just ahead of the second round of high-stakes nuclear talks, Iran dramatically reveals significant progress at its secretive new nuclear facility, catching global powers off guard with its defiant nuclear ambitions. This bombshell revelation drops right after United Nations body warned that Iran possesses enough material for a dozen nuclear bombs, heightening alarms over its rapidly advancing atomic capabilities. Trump and Netanyahu find themselves caught completely off guard as Iran's supreme leader masterfully turns the tables, flipping the script on international pressure with this nuclear flex. Iran's fresh nuclear twist could push Arab nations to completely abandon the US-led axis, forcing them to rethink alliances amid Tehran's growing atomic might and Washington's faltering regional influence. On February 14th, Iran unveiled impressive construction progress on the Bushehr nuclear plant's second and third units, showcasing its determination to expand nuclear infrastructure despite international scrutiny. Mohammad Islami, head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, proudly announced that work on the project was already 18% complete, marking a key milestone in the nation's energy ambitions. This development, signaling robust progress in Iran's nuclear expansion, arrives amid soaring tensions with the United States, as both sides navigate a precarious path toward potential conflict. Iran's atomic energy chief delivered this detailed update during an official visit to the coastal nuclear site on February 14th, emphasizing the project's momentum under tight domestic control. Mohammad Islami highlighted that engineering designs, manufacturing of components, and on-site installations were all advancing smoothly without major hitches or delays. Iranian officials framed the Bushehr expansion project as progressing steadily and right on schedule, underscoring Tehran's commitment to its long-term nuclear development goals. The Bushehr expansion is being aggressively promoted as a powerful symbol of Iran's nuclear self-sufficiency and resilience against foreign sanctions and pressures. Islami stressed that Tehran is prioritizing the use of indigenous equipment and technology, effectively removing any lingering reliance on unreliable foreign suppliers for critical components. Iran also spotlighted the massive scale of its workforce, with roughly 5,600 dedicated workers actively toiling at the Bushehr site to drive the project forward relentlessly. This progress report emerges as Iran and the US dive into nuclear negotiations amid widespread fears of a wider regional war that could engulf the Middle East. Iran has staunchly resisted mounting US pressure to dismantle its entire nuclear program, even rejecting demands that target its civilian nuclear energy applications. Iran's foreign minister arrived in Geneva on February 15 for the crucial second round of indirect talks with US counterparts, aiming to bridge deep divides on atomic issues. On February 6, Iran and the US held their first round of indirect nuclear talks in Oman, even as both nations ramped up military deployments across tense hotspots. These talks unfold as America's Arab allies publicly declared they won't permit attacks on Iran to launch from their soil, signaling a potential shift in regional loyalties. The latest development lands just days after the nuclear watchdog IAEA issued a stark warning about Iran's explosive nuclear potential, rattling global security experts. The IAEA revealed that Iran's massive stockpile of uranium could yield up to a dozen nuclear devices, enough to drastically alter the Middle East's power balance. Highly enriched uranium stockpiles reportedly remain buried deep under bombed-out underground sites, posing a hidden threat that defies easy detection or elimination. The IAEA chief also warned that international inspectors still lack full access to Iran's most sensitive nuclear facilities, hampering efforts to verify compliance. Amid this chaos, new satellite images exposed Iran's sealed tunnel entrances at the key Isfahan nuclear complex, hinting at frantic defensive preparations. Isfahan was one of the prime nuclear sites heavily bombed by the US during the intense 12-day war back in June 2025, leaving scars on its underground infrastructure. Reports noted that 2 tunnel entrances were fully covered with earth, while a third featured additional defensive barriers to thwart any incursions. Analysts interpret these moves as clear signs of Iran's fear over potential US or Israeli airstrikes or even elite special forces raids targeting vital assets. Experts explain that such backfilling could effectively dampen the impact of airstrikes and block ground teams from reaching and seizing highly enriched uranium caches.